Welcome back, guys. 2016 Arnold Affiliate Gathering. We're going to talk about the 4-person, same gender workouts. So we have event 1. You guys might recognize this. This was actually the final workout from last year. We had so much fun with it that we're actually bringing it back. So it's going to be 21-15-9, but it's 4 couplets of that combination. We're going 21-15-9 of power snatch and box jump, 21-15-9 of wall ball American kettlebell swings, 21-15-9 of front squats, hand release push-ups, 21-15-9 of chest to bar and pistols. If you remember, the way we did this last year was you had to break up into pairs. So my pairs were responsible for each set. What that means is athlete 1 and athlete 2 are responsible for 21 reps of power snatch and box jump. Athlete 2 and 3 are then responsible for 15-15. They tag out. Athlete 1 and 2 handle 9-9. Athlete 3 and 4 go 21-21 on wall ball and American kettlebell swing, and it follows that same exact procedure the entire way out. Okay? So that's going to give everybody an even. You're going to end up doing 21-15-9 of 2 separate couplets when you get it through the whole entire way. So again, you're going to break up into pairs. Those pairs can't change, and they're going to have to work their way through this the whole entire time. 21 reps, tag out, 15, tag out, 9, tag out, 21, tag out. You get the idea the whole entire way down. Your weights on the barbell are going to stay at 95-65 through all the barbell motions. Your box jumps are going to be 24-inch, 20-inch as far as your men and women go. Your wall ball is going to be 20 and 14. Your kettlebell is going to be 70 and 53, okay? We have a 12-minute cap on this bad boy. Last year, only 1 team finished this thing the whole entire way through, and that was Team Grit, which were actually our champions last year for the men's side of things. So keep that in mind as you guys kind of dump into this. Your score is obviously going to be fastest time. If you hit the 12-minute cap, all that means is whatever remaining reps will be added on as seconds. Pretty straightforward and simple, same as we did last year. And then your tie break is going to be the time for your first couplet. So how long it takes your team to get through your power snatches and your box jumps. Cool? So let's talk movement standards really quick. First and foremost, we start with our power snatch. Power snatch, again, 1 motion from the floor to overhead, and I got to catch it above parallel. You can muscle snatch it. If you get it at least above your forehead, you can even press it out. We're not even going to hold you to huge standards that way. What you can't do is catch it at your chest or catch it anywhere below the plane of your head and then try to press out from there. It's got to at least clear your head before you press yourself through. So I start from the floor, hit the hip, bring myself under the bar, bring myself up over top. I can't pass through a full squat. I can't catch low. The catch low is going to look something like this. Pushing over, that's going to be a no rep. It's got to at least clear the plane of your head. So if I hit 1, catch it here, and start to press it out, that's perfectly fine. You can touch and go, you can do singles, you can break it up with your buddy however you want, but it can only be those first 2 pairs for the 21, next 2 pairs for the 15, next 2 pairs for the 9. Pretty straightforward. Box jumps, guys, are box jumps. This is my awesome box. I can take a full jump on it, hit the hip, full lockout over top, come back down, or I can even do a step up. All we're looking for is both feet are on the box so the hips are fully locked out. That's your rep. Easy enough? Pretty straight simple. So there's your first 21-15-9, guys. Your second one, we're going to move over to the wall. Now we will have wall ball targets, which means they're going to be set at 1 height. So ladies, you're going to be working at the same exact height that the gentlemen are. It's the same exact way we did it last year. So have fun, get used to that, right? 20 pounds for gentlemen, 14 for ladies. You guys know wall ball by now. Let's assume the top of the purple is my wall ball target. I've got to be able to clear. I want to pass through a full squat. I want to be able to come up out of the hole, hit the wall, or hit the target exactly where I want. No bouncing, no craziness as far as that goes. So if I hit a dead drop, I pass through the whole way. Here, I'm not allowed to catch and do this little number. Because CrossFitters are so ridiculously creative, they find ways to cheat and rep all the time, right? If I take it, I can pass through that full clean at first, all the way down, all the way up. If I drop it, I've got to reset it, go back through that motion, and clear that the whole entire way again. Okay? American kettlebell swings, pretty straight, simple, and forward. Get it up above your head. I want to see your hips relatively locked out. I don't want to see any of this head and chest forward type stuff, but we also don't need to see a perfectly vertical kettlebell. Okay? Pretty straight, simple, nothing to do. Okay? Head back over this way. On the barbell again, talking front squats. Your first one can be a full clean, so you can hit that squat clean from the gate, and then you just move yourself through, make sure hips and knees lock out, make sure you pass the hips below the knees on the bottom. I can take my first rep as a squat clean, all the way down, all the way up, full lockout, good rep, all the way down, all the way up, full lockout, good rep, okay? Hand release push-ups. All the way down, I can move my hands sideways, I can move them up, I can pick them straight up. It should just be obvious that your hands are moving. You are not allowed to snake. None of this. So your hips need to rise with your chest. All the way down, move. All the way down, move. Pretty simple. I am in no mood to demo these, but we're going to find out how it goes. So, chest to bars, okay? I've got to be hitting just below or at the collarbone just below, so I have to make some type of contact. I do have to actually physically touch. Don't mind that. So I go through my chest to bar. Touch. Touch. I can do dead hang, I can do regular kipping, I can do butterfly, whatever I want, okay? Last but certainly not least is our pistol squat. Guys, we had so many people bitching about this last year in every single competition I've ever judged. You have to understand that the hip has to get below the knee. If you are one of the people that comes up on your toe, you'll feel like you're hitting full range because of the angle you put your hips and everything at, you're not. So you have to understand, I've got to be able to get that whole crease below and stand myself up. If I go up on my toe, which I don't even want to freaking do, and I do this little number, this feels like a full squat, but my hip is above my knee, okay? So fix your mobility, put on some weightlifting shoes, do something, but you got to be able to hit that full crease. When I stand up, I have to show full control and lockout before I put my foot down. I don't want to see any of this stuff where the foot goes down before the hips lock, okay? We got a lot of complaints last year, but that's because our judges were doing a very good job of keeping you guys honest. So be honest about your reps, full lockout at the top, controlled and base before you start your next rep. That's it, guys. We'll see you here for event 2. 3, 2, 1. All right. So back for event 2, guys. This one's gonna be a lot of fun. So we have handstand push-up walls that we're working on Saturday. On Sunday, we're gonna be working on some gymnastics rings. So the rig's gonna be nice and fun this year. Event number 2 is a 2-rep max shoulder to overhead. But before every single attempt, somebody is gonna have to perform 5 toes through rings, okay? That's every attempt, not every loading. So if we wanna all do 135 pounds, that's gonna be 5 toes through rings, 135 pounds. 5 toes through rings, 135 pounds. 5 toes through rings, 135 pounds, okay? While you're doing toes through rings, you can be changing weights. There's nothing crazy as far as that goes, but these reps must be completed before anybody can perform a 2-rep max or even an attempt at a 2-rep max shoulder to overhead. Cool? You're gonna have 12 minutes to perform this to get everybody the weight that they want. Your score is gonna be your team's total weight, but your tie break is gonna be determined off of the lowest athlete. So if I have 3 athletes at 200 pounds and I have 1 athlete at 135 pounds, my tie break is 135 pounds. So now, instead of taking the highest weight and putting a good premium on the big heavy hitters, we're actually putting the tie break premium on the lower hitters. So those lower guys are gonna wanna hit some nice numbers as well. Little dudes like me, deal with it. If you got a bunch of big guys, you're gonna need to pull your weight. 5 toes through rings, 2-rep max, shoulder to overhead. Let's talk movement standards really quick. With your toes through rings, following essentially the same movement as you would for a toes to bar for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this, except for I'm gonna actually have to put my toes through the ring. So you're gonna have to actually bring your feet right over top of your hands. You're gonna go through that full plane of motion. If we were to draw a straight line down from the rings, your hands should be back, or your feet rather, should be back behind your hands in that bottom position, right? So as I go up and I give myself my awesome set of rings, I'm gonna bring myself through, up, and I have to actually put them through. Back down, through, back down, through, the whole entire way, okay? It's fun, accuracy, right? Something that a lot of people don't put in their competition. So 5 toes through rings, you're gonna perform that through there. Doesn't matter who does it, you can have one person designated all toes to rings, none of that matters. But you have to do 5 toes to rings for every attempt on the barbell, okay? Barbell starts unloaded at 3, 2, 1, go. When he's doing his 5 toes to rings, I can start loading the bar, the rest of the team can start loading the bar, that's perfectly fine. Your shoulder overhead's gonna be really simple, it's coming from the floor, so obviously you're gonna have to power clean it first. I can do a strict press, I can do a push press, I can do a push jerk, I can do a split jerk. Hell, if you want, you can do a squat jerk. I'm not demoing it, right? I've got to perform 2 of those. So I'm going to hit my first rep, bring it back to the rack without dropping it, hit it again. I can mix up what I do for each rep. I can push press one, push jerk the next. None of that stuff matters. It's just a 2-rep, okay? I hit my attempt. We've got to do 5 more toes through rings. Next person comes up, hits their attempt. 5 toes through rings. Next person hits up, hits their attempt. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. No stipulations on where the weight can be added, taken off, all that kind of fun stuff. Do whatever you need as far as that goes. Just help your judges with weights, making sure we know what's on the bar. Cool? See you for event 3. All right, guys, with the final event for the 4-person all-gender teams, we're going to event number 3. This one's gonna be a lot of fun, or at least it's gonna be fun to watch, that's for sure. So we're starting off with a 100-calorie row. We get on the rower, 100 calories can be broken up however you want to with the rest of your team. That doesn't matter. After I complete my 100-calorie row, I'm gonna go into a 30-foot Curtis P. A Curtis P is a hang clean, lunge, push press, okay? Pretty straightforward and simple on that one. Your lunges will be actually moving forward. That's where you're gonna get your distance. Make sense? You still have to perform the hang clean and the push press in between each of those reps, but I wanna get my lunges to actually get my distance. After I hit my 30 foot, I start 100 bar over burpees. Again, broken up however I want to. I do 30 feet back, I go into 100 double unders. If I get past that and I still have time left, we start right back at the top, but now we go down to 75. So now we're at 75 calorie row, 30 foot, 75 bar over burpees, 30 foot, 75 double unders. If by some miracle you guys are just absolutely killing it and you happen to complete all that, then you go into 50s, okay? We'll see how this one plays out. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna be an AMRAP for 20 minutes. So how far can we get through this in 20 minutes as a team? Your score is gonna be your reps. Your tiebreak is gonna be how fast you complete that first 100-calorie row. So keep that in mind when you get into strategy and things like that, all right? Pretty straightforward and simple as far as the layout goes. What I want you guys to keep in mind is you're gonna have to tag out. There's only gonna be one person working at any given time. You'll tag out through the whole entire deal. Cool? So 100-calorie row, guys, pretty straightforward and simple. Please, 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 only one person on the rower. No weird stuff where you're transitioning on and off while one person's pulling on the oar. None of that. Get off, next person gets on, start to pull, work your strategies that way. You can get on and off however you want to. We then get to our Curtis P. A Curtis P in itself is a hang clean, lunge, and then a push press. Or a shoulder to overhead. We'll just treat it as a shoulder to overhead today. So what I'm gonna do with this is, I'll deadlift my barbell up all the way to a full deadlift. I'll go ahead and hit my power clean. And now I'm lunging forward. Now I hit my push press, back down clean, lunge forward, and I'm doing that for 30 feet. You can thank Mitch Potter for that one. He used that in the Fit Club games and we're straight stealing it from him. Once I get both of my feet legitimately past the line, no weird shuffle steps, nothing in between, guys. Our judges are gonna be very strict on that. Once I get 30 feet, barbell goes down, we're going bar over burpees. Not bar facing, so I can stay parallel to the bar. I'm gonna go all the way down, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna jump off 2 feet, land on 2 feet to get to the other side. No weird frog hopping shit over the bar. Bring your damn hips up. We're not looking for fully extended, but be legitimate on these guys. Stop trying to cut corners, just be fast, take care of yourselves. Cool? I take my barbell, I do my 30-foot back, and now I'm on the jump rope. We all know the basics, the double unders, guys. Row pass to pass under the feet twice. I hit 100, we still got time on the clock. We get back on the rower for 75, work our way through it. Cool? Gonna be a lot of fun, guys. That's the 4-person team event. It's 2016 Arnold Affiliate Gathering. We'll see you guys next weekend.